just by having a conversation. Now, it's not to say that they're going to, obviously. It's not like I am able to sit down with everybody and inspire everybody. That would be ridiculous. But I still hope to. That's still my goal, what I'm working towards. And then what I promote. That's sort of the most interesting one because we don't always think about that. We have a tendency to go on the internet, see an article that we like, and then share that article, something like that, just because, we personally find it entertaining or whatever it might be. But I'm trying, at least connected to my business, not to do that. So I'm not going to post something on my Facebook page if it has nothing to do with these keywords. So if somebody writes an article about photography that's really, really negative, I'm not going to post that even if I happen to agree with it, because I don't want to put that negativity out into what I do. I want to leave that aside. This is an example of something that I try to do to sort of give back, be inspirational, be motivational, and be passionate. So every year, at the end of the year, I do something to just engage the community that happens to follow my work, and I try to give something back because I feel so incredibly inspired every single day when somebody writes something to me on my Facebook page or, even hits the like button or something. And so I want to give something back and say, what, I am so grateful for you, and this is what we can do to be more of a community. And this is a great way just to get into social networking a little bit, to bring that community together and to feel connected to one another. So this past year, I basically asked everybody to finish the sentence, to go up here and read it. Photography is important to me because. So there's a blank. Whatever you want to write, whatever reason photography is important to you, write it to me. And I'm going to put it in the posters. So I made posters for everybody, these just high-res posters that everybody could download if they wanted, print them out. And it was a super, super inspirational thing where, I've got this poster sitting on my desk of all these reasons why all these other people in my community love taking pictures. And I find that to be so incredibly motivational to read that every single day and to say, wow, there are so many passionate people out there, and that makes me want to do better. Let me go back just one sec here. So the year before that, I decided to make a video. And I called it 2011 A Year in Photos. And I asked everybody to send in their absolute favorite picture that they took that year. And so that was my way of gathering everybody and saying, let's be proud of what we've done this year, instead of being really discouraging about it, looking back and saying, oh, I did that wrong, I did this wrong, I hated this picture that I posted. I said, no, pick out your favorite image from this past year. And then I uploaded it into a video, just a simple video of everybody's pictures, so then everybody got to be featured in that video. All right, so visual with branding. We have fairy tale, dark, and art. So this is what I'm trying to put out with my visual style, both in my photography and my wardrobe. So it's in what I create, what I wear, and what I promote again. So I want my style to be reflected in what I am posting on the internet. So if I'm going to post a link to another artist, it's going to be because it is something that I believe in, and not just some random piece of art that I felt like sharing that day. Obviously, we talked about what I'm wearing. I try to wear things that will give whoever is meeting me an idea of what my art is like. I want it to all be connected, because if they can visually see me and think, oh yeah, that matches her art, then they're more likely to remember both myself and my art. These are some really, really silly examples of different instances where I've had different events, and I've tried to pick out outfits that did fit my style. So it seems really funny throwing these pictures up here because it's just me talking to different people and being myself or whatever. But still, there's a sort of definite Alice in Wonderland feeling going through some of my wardrobe, and that's sort of that whimsical, soft fairy tale look that I'm going for. I'm not buying like gothic clothing or anything and making myself look dead or anything like that, in person. That's not the style that I'm going for to reflect in myself. But I'm trying to find a mix between, that sort of inspirational, happy, light, whatever I feel, because we talked about this earlier, just the students and I earlier, that I'm very opposite of what my art is like. So, I'm very happy all the time, and I feel really, really passionate. But my art reflects something a little bit different. So I want people to know that I'm not this sad, depressed person. But instead, I am really happy and I'm really passionate, and that is why I'm creating art like that. So this is the ultimate brand to me, is Tim Burton. I cannot think of a better brand to save my life. I've tried. Tim Burton, everybody knows him. I doubt that there's anybody in here who doesn't know them, except Patricia. Do you know Tim Burton? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I had a feeling Patricia doesn't know Tim Burton, but that's okay.
Somebody in the chat rooms just said, do you know that you have a Tim Burton-ish vibe kind of in some of your work?
Oh, I love that.
Good timing.
That's awesome. So Tim Burton, he's eccentric. If you see him at a movie premiere, his hair is going to be going everywhere. He's going to look crazy. And that's him. It matches what he does. He's a little bit creepy with his style, very innocent at the same time. So you'll see lots of characters with the big eyes and looking very young and very sad and all of that. He's very different. He sort of deals with people who are outcast in society, very deathly at the same time, with the skeletal bodies that his characters have, very distorted, their faces, their bodies. Nothing is quite right with a Tim Burton movie. Very surreal, obviously, and magical. And these are all words that you pretty much can't dispute these words when it comes to Tim Burton. We know Tim Burton, and we all love Tim Burton. Okay, I'm sure we don't. I'm sure people are going to be typing, no, I don't like Tim Burton. But everybody in this room loves Tim Burton, am I right? Yeah! Okay. Alright, so marketing. You have to turn your branding into marketing. So if you're not turning that brand into something tangible, well, then we have a problem because you're not going to make any money. So I want to make sure that I keep in mind what my keywords are, what my branding words, but then I also turn that into something that will make me some money. So your keywords, they have to be associated with your target audience. Right, so marketing is all about knowing who to target. Now, if you don't know who you're trying to go after, then it's going to be really, really hard to apply those keywords in a practical way. So, for example, my keywords, inspirational, motivational, obviously I need to get in front of people who need to be motivated, right? So that's my goal. I'm trying to find people who want to learn something, who want to be educated, who want to feel inspiration, and that's why I teach workshops. You have to figure out who your client is. Now, thinking about that very literally is a wonderful thing to do. So, fine arts.